welcome to the people who made it on time, more or less. I'm sure more people will join in the next 5 or 10 minutes as usual. Today we have the info session for the upcoming GenAI Gurus Project Incubator. And we have this support from Microsoft for startups, Founders Hub, that we will talk in a second, which is really great to get some support for building our solutions. So who we are, or who are we? The GenAI Gurus is now soon 1 year old. It's a community which started directly with a focus on GenAI, and we are today already more than 800 people. Our center of operations, or where we publish the events, is first of all Meetup, but also LinkedIn and other tools which are in the next slide. But for now, this concrete activity, the Project Incubator, we have 3 colleagues who are organizing this. First of all, Miguel, and I'm not sure Miguel is there. I will check it in a second. Yes, Miguel, maybe I try to make you presenter. Okay, so Miguel, maybe you want to say hello. You should be able to unmute, I hope.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me.
Yes.
Yeah, like Carlos mentioned, I'll be...
Oops. So he will be, but I think the internet connection failed. I hope it's not me. Okay, so you are back, Miguel.
Sorry, I'm having internet connection issues, but just wanted to say that I'll be involved in the organization team and happy to assist you throughout the whole duration of the program.
Perfect. Thank you, Miguel. So second, of course, this is sorted in alphabetical order. This is me. I am Carlos Hernández Vaquero. I work as software development manager in Bosch in the data-centric software team. And I'm, in addition to this, I'm also a Microsoft Learn student ambassador. There is no financial benefit just because of my passion on the technology, but you will see later I will recommend you to use my referral ID, but there is again no benefit on this thing. And the next is Gerd.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, so I'm Gerd. I'm with Google Cloud Partner, actually. And I joined this group, I think back in March last year. And I'm super excited about this event today because I think this project incubator will help us to get more grip on, frankly speaking, practically work on this stuff in the community, because we already had a lot of events, and now we have this project incubator, which materializes more, from my point of view, working with the technology in the community. So I'm super happy about this.
Yeah, exactly. That is the point. And we will come into that on the motivation why we do this in a second. Before that, just to for those who maybe are new, to show you the networks we use. We use a YouTube channel where we publish the recordings. This call is being recorded at the moment, and the video will be uploaded to YouTube so that people who couldn't make it out of the 60-something who registered can check offline. We also have the GenAIGurus.com website, though this was developed by Rasmi. I see Rasmi is also in the call. So thank you for that. Still, we don't really use the potential of the website. I hope soon we start to use it more regularly. And our center of operations, where we really want to focus all the discussion, is the Discord server, which we will have a very concrete structure to support the projects with that. And yeah, of course, we have also a GitHub organization. So if there is a need to host code, it will be a great place also to do it in repositories for the projects. Now the question, or before the question, why we are doing this is the agenda. So what we are going to cover today is the motivation, the goals, how to join the project incubator, what is the concrete time plan, What will happen on the real kickoff? Today is just the info session, so the kickoff on 22nd of May. And finally, maybe what some of you are hoping to see is some hints on how to get this support from Microsoft for startups, Founders Hub. So let's go to the goals. And this initiative, in the end, we created it with foundations, these 7 goals, which is the vision, what we want to foster. So first of all, innovation in GenAI. Well, we are here to spark creativity and novel applications within AI. We want to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries. Building and strengthening the community. This is our aim in the end with this GenAI Gurus. We want a robust network of AI enthusiasts, also professionals, experts. Every member should feel valued and supported. Connecting motivated innovators with experienced mentors. So we want to enable to gain this direct access to industry experts who are providing guidance and also sharing what they know, their wisdom, and helping navigate to create these AI projects. Enhancing skills and knowledge for everyone. So, well, I think this is probably the reason why you joined this group, because there's many things to learn nowadays, and we hope this platform helps you. And we provide the platform and also some resources like some hints how to get support from Microsoft with OpenAI credits and others. And we have the intention to also showcase the different talent and innovation in the community, including LinkedIn and others. And finally, it could be, it doesn't necessarily need to be, but it could be the seed to create a real startup. So if you get to tangible results, why not? It could be the first step towards a real startup. In summary, we have an online structured program following lean agile principles. So iterate very fast with MVP as minimal viable product as a goal to iterate through the whole cycle as fast as possible. In this case, we have a target of 3 months. Of course, you are welcome to do it more times in 3 months, but that will be probably challenging. And the supporting activities that we will explain in a second. So what to do if you want to join, or what does that mean to join? So there are 3 roles we have defined. We have a project idea submitter, a project contributor, and a mentor. And we will go into details in the next slides. What do they mean? But it doesn't mean that you may choose only one role. You are absolutely welcome to think about taking more than one role, and it will be very normal. I expected even that some people have more than one role. Going into the idea submitter, what is that? So this is a person who creates and pushes the development of the vision of the startup towards the MVP. So thinks about the business. What is the marketable business? What are the market challenges? And of course, prerequisite is that the idea should use generative AI in a creative way. Otherwise, we would not be in the GenAI Gurus community. And you will have this chance to use the credits or the support from Microsoft and also from our community, working with the peers, with the mentors. And we have the possibility for the top projects to earn social media recognition in LinkedIn as more prominent, but also awards in other media. And as I mentioned before, it could be the first, the seed or the first step towards a real startup. So near the end, we will connect you, for those who have interest, with different startup accelerators who are running and known mostly in Germany, around Berlin. Now, if you want to submit your idea, your project idea, as simple as going to the website you see in the bottom or using the QR code, you should go to a Google form. Now, this link is exactly the same for the 3 roles. If you want to apply several times with several ideas or several different roles, you need to fill it and submit it every time you want to do that. So you may submit several times. That's not a problem. And the link is the same. So in the form, when you select You need to select which role you are applying for, and then the form gets adapted to that role you selected. The second role is the project contributor. So this is the technical lead. In the end, it's the person or the group of people who are implementing the ideas with generative AI. Expectation is that you focus on one project, but assisting and supporting the rest of the community. So cross projects is absolutely welcome, and we also have some staff to foster that. Collaboration is the key point, and we will have, I think it's a good idea if you do this to put this experience in potentially in LinkedIn, in your profile as a project, which could give you visibility and maybe some good step toward maybe your potential next job. Could be that this is a topic you want to talk about. And yeah, there will be also a certificate for the contributors and awards for the top community members. So not only looking at your project, but supporting other projects as well. And finally, they mentioned to the potential seed of becoming a real startup. This is absolutely real. And if you want to join as a project contributor, just follow, again, the same link, the same QR code, which I show in the next slide as well for the third role, which is the mentor. So what is the mentor? If you want to be a mentor, you are expected to be serving as external advisor, bringing a very critical and fresh perspective. So it's not just saying, yeah, you are doing great, but rather also being critical both. The expectation or the requirement is that the mentors are experienced people in corporations or startups with a strong interest in generative AI. And they should be ready to dedicate at least 2 hours per month per project for the mentoring. This is about challenging. This is about a little bit of coaching also. We talk about technical, but also non-technical issues, organizational within the team or whatever kind of project-related issues. And the intention expectation is that you meet regularly, the mentor with the team, usually maybe once per week, but this is up to the team and the mentor to figure out how often they want to meet. There will be also social media recognition, and there will be a certificate at the end as well. We have finally the point that if any project needs additional mentoring in one concrete area where maybe the mentor is not the best to support on that, we have the agreement with Bastian Buch from the Mentoring Club to promote the platform. So if you don't know it, I recommend you to check it in Google. The Mentoring Club is a pro bono platform where different mentors can donate some of their time to help people with different topics, and bringing this project to a mentor is absolutely welcome. Okay, how does the time plan look like? On a very short, I think I'm going very slow. Today we are in the info session, so this is recorded and we will be pasted in YouTube. It's a meetup event until 15th of May, which is, I think, 3 weeks if I count right. Any idea or mentor proposal or contributor submission, this should happen until 15th of May. Please do that following the QR code. I will show it again in a second, or join das. How is it? Okay, we will check it later. And finally, 22nd of May, we have the kickoff. The kickoff, we will look in a second what is the content of the kickoff. It is, again, a meetup event, recorded and everything, so that people who cannot make it live can see it offline. And this is the day where we put together the project ideas with the project contributors and the mentors. Though it doesn't need to happen only in that event, there will be 72 hours for the teams to end being formed. Then is when the real incubator starts. This is the 3 months we talked about with different activities. We look in a second in different media. And near the end of August, we expect, or we will have a way to submit different projects for getting this kind of awards recognition for the best projects. There will be spotlight in dedicated meetup events reaching potentially over 800 members we are, but also to be clarified, In the end event on beginning of September, we probably have some kind of swag, as you know, these kind of small gifts from GitHub or Microsoft, yeah, some kind of small toys. But this is still we need to clarify. And the connection with startup accelerators, venture capital, and so on will happen also at the end. The supporting activities we plan during the incubation phase, which is the main period, these 3 months, from end of May to end of August. We will create a dedicated Discord channel for every team so that you have your private area to discuss. And we expect that roundabout weekly, the mentors meet with the project team. We have this, we will have virtual rooms inside of Meetup, Discord, which is a kind of channel which is meant for audio, not for text. And also there will be community tech exchange between the projects organized by the community. Now, also monthly, we plan to have once per month during these 3 months, a project incubator thing where we give visibility to the projects and we exchange, find out if there is any kind of blocker. And in addition to this, also in Meetup, if you see today, some of these events are already visible, others not yet. On the 7th of May, we will have the event AI and the Future of Careers from Timur, who is going to, is an introduction to AI and what does it mean to the workforce today. Interesting, very interesting topic. At the end of May, and this is the bomb I bring with me today, not yet finalized all the details, but we will have top lead Meta AI researcher who will spend with us 1 hour discussing anything we may want to ask. So an Ask Me Anything session. And he's one of the contributors to Llama 3 and also to Llama 2. So if you look at the paper from Llama 2, his name is in the list. In June 4th, we will have a talk with the CEO of Pandas AI. Very interesting for several reasons. First of all, the product is very cool. And second, he's driving a startup and he just went through the Y Combinator program, which is, I think, one of the most popular startup accelerators, I believe. At the end of June, to be defined 26th or 27th, we will have a talk from a law firm about legal and responsible use of AI for companies. So I think this is still an emerging area. Maybe you heard about, for sure, GDPR, but also the EU AI Act and other laws which are coming, not only from Europe, also from US. And they will give us an overview on what is relevant for any company trying to use AI. July, August, we don't have yet the agenda, but we will have topics also to support the projects in one way or another. All of these events are open. They are not only for the project incubator projects, but I believe they are absolutely relevant for the journey. Now, what will happen on 22nd of May, which is the real kickoff? Very simple. We will have very fast presentation of the project ideas submissions by the people who submitted them. So we are talking about a 1 to 2 minutes pitch, depending on how many ideas we have. We need to modulate that. We will also have contributors, the project contributors introduction. So they will explain where they are strong and what they want to learn, their motivations and so on. And the same with the mentors. And then we go to the matching, which, as I mentioned, we will not finish on the kickoff. We will have still 3 more days to finish it, but the kickoff is the base to put everything we have on the table. Now, here's again the QR code. If you want to join until 15th of May in any of these roles or several roles or several times ideas you can submit, use the QR code or go to the website you see in the screen. Okay, let me see if there is any question before we move on, because otherwise I would move on to the next slide, which is about the Microsoft Standard for Startups Founder Hub. And I see absolutely nothing. It looks like not. Then let's move on. What is the Microsoft for Startups Founder Hub? Time is fine. So this is a relatively new program from Microsoft to connect early with startups and enable them to grow without them having to have a lot of costs, especially if you are bootstrapping or financing the startup on the first steps with your own money. This helps. I see one hands up. How can I do this? One hands up. I think I need to make you allow mic. Let's see. You should be able to unmute.
Hi, Carlos. It's David. I just wanted to let you know I can't write anything in the chat, and I can't unmute, so I don't think people have a way to ask questions.
Okay.
I don't know if you can
This is not
activate the chat
very
or not. But if you do, that would make it easy. I don't have any questions. I just thought I'd let you know. Ah, okay. And now Sunny can. Maybe it's only me that can't.
Okay, this is strange. Okay, but if anyone else has a question and cannot write in the chat, you can do as I think, David, you may just raise your hand, and I hope I see you and I unmute you and you can place the question. Thank you, David, for that. Okay, I see someone else writing. Gerd, you want to comment something?
Yeah, potentially only on the roles. So project contributor, this is from my point of view, a project team member. So everybody who wants to contribute doesn't need to be the tech lead. I think that could be a mixture between the person that contributed the idea might be involved in the technology as well. So there is no barrier or fixed definition. It's more about what type of persons potentially a team needs to bring an idea from just the vision to the implementation. The second one is, this is not only about startups. So if you just want to create a technical solution or a product, or maybe bring a private idea to life, then this is perfectly fine as well. Obviously, Microsoft is looking for startups and they want to connect very early to startups, and they provide this program so that you could use their technologies, for example. But maybe you just want to bring a product idea to the next level, then this is perfectly fine as well.
Right. Okay, thank you for that, Gerd. Let's then move on to the second part of the talk today. This is about the Microsoft for Startups Founder Hub. And this is the motivation why this is happening, the official motivation. These are the real slides from them. So they want to enable all the founders to build the future with AI, and they want to help in accelerating the growth. I think this is clear, and Microsoft is definitely in a position to help a lot, because they are, to me, in a central role in the topic of AI. We are going to try to understand what are the benefits and what are the levels. How does all of this work? So there are 4 levels which Microsoft defines. Level 1 is, they call it ideate. So when you have just an idea and you want to convert it into a real project, so they give you $1,000 in Azure credits, which is in addition to other perks we see here below, like in OpenAI, we have 2,500 euro. Is it euros or dollars? I'm not sure, but 2,500 units of money for OpenAI, and also Microsoft 365. I think 50 seats for a Microsoft 365 enterprise account, which means you have, OneDrive, 1 terabyte, I think, per user, plus all the Microsoft suite and all of that. Also GitHub Enterprise and other perks. The level 2 is when the idea startup is a little bit more mature. We will look at the requirements later on. So the amount of money that Azure you get in credits is increased to 5,000. There is the level 3, 25,000, and level 4, which is already, of course, a lot of money, 150,000 euros or dollars, I'm not sure, in credits for Microsoft Azure. For us, I believe, as GenAI Gurus, that we are very interested in the free access to the GPT, both in Azure credits up to 150,000, but also directly in OpenAI, which, to my knowledge, they always have the latest, a little bit ahead of the Azure OpenAI service. If you would go to level 2, 3, or 4, not in level 1, but level 2 to 4. There is additional support from Microsoft and also I think this MVP, so people associated to Microsoft, to help you with solving technical issues. So they pair you with Azure engineers, and also you get some mentoring, but in a closed network. And many more tools, which I mentioned some of them. These are the actual requirements to apply in general to any level. You don't need to apply directly to level 1. Usually, I guess most of us are applying to level 1 if we are interested. But if you also apply to any other level, these requirements apply. So the startup or the idea must be engaged in the development of a software-based product or service, and it should be owned by this idea or startup. It is not about licensing from another party or something like this. As prerequisite, also, this startup should have received less than $10,000 in Azure credits. You should be based as headquarters in a country covered by Azure, which I guess it's a long list of countries, but maybe not the whole world, I assume. And you should not be beyond Series D or a later funding round, which is very, very mature for a startup. The startup must be privately held, and in principle, it should be for profit. Now, especially for level 1, there is nothing to prove that you will have a business or something. Just having aspirations is enough. Having an idea is fine. Something which Microsoft mentioned in the internal presentations for the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors, they absolutely welcome and want to encourage people bringing good causes forward. But in the end, the intention of this program is not to finance or to support non-profit organizations. Yeah, this is the official requirement, but in level 1, there is actually nothing you can prove. It's about just having an idea, and having the aspiration is absolutely fine. And I think we know where we start, but we don't know where we end. So I think it's fine to apply to level 1, and later, let's see. There was one hand up, or no, I think not. Or maybe there is a question or something I missed. Okay. Manuel, I'm working in a tech startup, 3D printing, and we started to sell our product to consumers, 300 pieces in the field right now, but we would like to be as efficient as possible, and we would like to participate and bring some ideas to develop a new product, thus increase production. Is this possible as a potential project? I'm not sure now if you have already an idea in mind, or you want to pair with other people who might have ideas. If this way to increase your product and your productivity is using GenAI or AI, actually, the requirement is AI. It could be traditional machine learning. This is okay. But of course, I think your business, your business, and the others don't. So you may, of course, look at what others have as ideas, and maybe you try to apply it. Otherwise, you need to think on your own idea and submit it, and see if someone can help you with that. Okay, and the last point is, as requirement, the startup cannot be an educational institution, government entity, personal blog, dev shop, and consultancy agency, and so on. So it has to be focused on a product or service. This gives more detail on the 4 levels. What are the criteria for level 1? Just a clear idea and a LinkedIn profile, because you will need to log in with your LinkedIn profile, but nothing else. If you want to go to level 2, you need to be already incorporated, which in my understanding means you have a legal entity behind your startup. And if you are moving from level 1, in addition, you have these 2 additional points. So you should have already activated your Azure registration and incorporated, which is already above. For level 3, increasing in benefits from Azure credits, you should have also a website, and in addition, verified domain and a demo video. And level 4, well, everything we said before, plus you should have a partner affiliation or verifiable funding, whatever that means. But okay, if you get there, I would be very interested to learn about that. So level 1, I think, is, I hope, what we are most of us interested about, and bootstrapping ideas is what also Microsoft wants to start helping with. How does it look like in practice? I will share in a second the link. Once you go to apply, you will need to log in with your LinkedIn account. So picture, name, and email is already automatically taken from LinkedIn. And then there is 4 steps that you need to follow. First step is you need to present yourself. So tell anything about your founder journey. Do you have any experience or not? The second steps, and by the way, all of this process, according to Microsoft, which I'm not sure how realistic that is, that they say it should not take more than 10 or 15 minutes. I think absolutely depends on how clear your ideas are, especially when we move on. You need to explain what is your startup or idea. So yeah, name, that's fine, but they ask for, okay, website is optional, but you should have a description of the solution. And then they ask you to elaborate a little bit further. So they ask you to select in which level, or not which level, which of these 5 things are, which are not exactly the same as the 4 levels, because these are 5. Then they map you to the levels according to their criteria. And they ask you, okay, do you have already any funding? Do you have any Microsoft partners? And if you wish, you're welcome to add my referral ID, student_66015, into the share any other partners affiliated with your business concept. Then I get visibility. And right now, you don't need a demo, a product demo. This would be needed for other levels later on. And supporting links. The next step, which is the last one, is about providing physical address information. If you are not incorporated, then I think they ask you for the home address. How to get there? You can use the QR code in the screen, or just search for Microsoft startups and in Google or whatever, and you will find the website, and then you find a way to there to register for your idea. Let me see if there is any questions. I see no questions in the chat, no questions in the QA. This would be it for the presentation today on the information session this time. What we want to insist is, before 15th of May, think about your idea. If you want to be a contributor, or if you want to be a mentor, or a combination of these 3 roles, and apply for it in the QR code or in the link below. And we will be happy to discuss on 22nd of May in the real kickoff. So last time for potential questions. My content is finished. Okay, you want to add something else? Sorry, I didn't give you the chance.
No question from my side. I will potentially start in 2 or 3 days to provide my idea as well. I have an idea as well for startup, and I'm super excited to potentially find people to join me.
I have also a lot of ideas. This is the problem, to select just a few.
Yeah.
Okay, David, maybe you want to go first?
Sure. So super cool what you guys are doing here. I've been checking out the Startups for Microsoft thing as well, or Microsoft for Startups. And I'm already running with an idea that I got in June, and I've been doing it myself. It's called AnkiBuddy. If any of you want to check it out, we have a website, ankibuddy.com, anki-buddy.com. And I found you guys, and I think it's still a great opportunity, both to work with Microsoft for Startups, but also to become a more active part of this community. I was just wondering, is that a fit? I mean, I have a MVP. It's still not properly marketed. I have one paying user, and I hope it will explode soon, but not quite yet. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I don't, of course, know the details, but I would absolutely encourage you to submit the idea. I think for you it will be very easy because it's very clear what kind of idea you have, but also in the form that I maybe go back to the QR code. In the form, there is also a few questions about what do you need, what kind of support do you need from potentially a mentor or the community. So this is maybe something you need to think about. What kind of help do you need?
Trust me, I know what I need. Doing it alone, you really notice where you're stuck and what isn't going as well as I would like. So that's great. I put that already in there and really excited then. Thanks for doing this.
Perfect. Thank you, David. So next is Igor.
Yeah, hi. So my question is like, will it be physically somewhere located, or is everything online? And maybe other question like is there some restrictions to location of the participants?
So to the first question, I think 80% roundabout of our events are online, though officially the meetup group is based in Berlin. We may think about having, for example, the closing event in person, but this is not something at the moment that we can confirm, or we have not really invested much time thinking about it. I don't know, Gerd, if you have some thoughts about this.
No, that's something we can decide as a community. For other meetings, so for example, if you would prefer to work face-to-face with other people in a team, in a project team, then obviously the team could decide to do this. But we want to offer, I don't want to say we want to offer, but most of our meetings are online because a lot of people are distributed around Germany or even in Europe. But again, we had already in the past in-person meetings. And if this is required, or if this is a vision in the community to do this, then we could try to organize this as well. It depends on the community or on the people that want to join. The problem is in online meetings, like in this one, for example, we had 60 registrations and we have 12 people in the call. That's perfectly fine. In an in-person meeting, if you have a lot of registrants and they don't show up, you have a problem because you have to rent the room or it's provided by a company. You organize all the stuff around this. This could be a challenge. I'm open for this. I did this very often already, and I like face-to-face meetings, but it's a little bit more challenging with respect to the planning and the execution. So if there are more people interested in this, then we could do this as well, yes.
And the second question was if there is any restriction about the location. So, of course, if we do it online, from our perspective, there is no limitation. It depends maybe a little bit on your time zone. If it is very far away from Central Europe, where I assume most of the people are based, could be a challenge for the others to meet you. With respect to this support from Microsoft, there was the point that you need to be in a region which is covered by Azure. In a country which is covered by Azure. So this is something you need to check. And by the way, in the meantime, I not unmuted, but allowed microphone on every person. I'm not sure how this didn't happen before, but now I think everyone can unmute and fire if there is any question or comments or whatever wishes. Looks like not. I'm also happy that I see some people we have talked in the last days about this event who joined there. Very happy to see you there. If there is no further questions, then we move towards the end. Thank you very much for joining. Again, we will upload the recording in YouTube and yeah, keep up to date on the topics and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.